Are you feeling stuck in a fog, struggling with anxiety, depression, or even memory issues? You've probably heard about low carb and keto diets for weight loss, I'm sure. But did you know they could also work wonders for your mental health? That's right. Cutting carbs might just be the key to a clearer mind and more balanced emotions. Stay with me as we dive into how these diets could transform your mental health and why you need to know about it. Most people think of low carb and keto diets in terms of weight loss or improving physical health, and they're great for that. But what's less known is their potential to support mental health, from alleviating symptoms of depression and anxiety to improving cognitive function. Today, we're going to explore how changing what you eat could just change how you feel, mentally, emotionally, and cognitively. So, the brain's alternative fuel is actually ketones. But we've all been told the brain needs glucose to function, right? Well, that is true to an extent, but it's only a small part of the story. The brain can actually run very efficiently, perhaps even better, on ketones, which are produced when the body burns fat instead of carbs for energy. This switch to ketones happens naturally on a low carb or ketogenic diet. Why is this important for mental health, though? Well, ketones are a more stable and efficient fuel for brain than glucose, which can help to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress. Inflammation and oxidative stress are major players in mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline, as I've mentioned. So by fueling your brain with ketones, you might just be giving it a much needed upgrade in resilience and function. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the mood roller coaster that is sugar. What happens when you eat a high carbohydrate diet? Well, carbs, especially processed ones like sugars and refined grains, can cause blood sugar spikes and crashes. Those crashes can leave you feeling irritable, anxious, or even depressed. I'm sure you felt hangry at some point in your life. That's your brain and body reacting to a sugar low. These blood sugar fluctuations can take a real toll on your mental health, leading again to increased anxiety, mood swings, and fatigue. In contrast, a low carb or keto diet can help to stabilize blood sugar levels by avoiding those rapid spikes and dips. The steady energy throughout the day, you're far less likely to experience mood swings or feelings of anxiety triggered by low blood sugar. It's like getting off that mood roller coaster and onto a smoother, more predictable ride. Next, I want to talk a little bit about depression. Could keto help? Well, depression is one of the most common mental health disorders. I see it day in, day out, and inflammation has been increasingly recognized as a contributory factor. When you eat a high carbohydrate diet, it can increase inflammation in the body and, importantly, in the brain. This chronic inflammation is certainly linked to depressive symptoms. So by switching to a low carb or keto diet, you're reducing inflammation and supporting better brain function. A recent study showed that individuals on a ketogenic diet had significantly improved symptoms of depression compared to those on higher carb diets. This improvement is thought to come from better blood sugar control, lower inflammation, and the neuroprotective effects of ketones. Not only that, but the ketogenic diet has been shown to increase the production of BDNF, otherwise known as brain-derived neurotrophic factor. This promotes growth and survival of neurons. BDNF is often lower in individuals with depression, so boosting its levels could play a role in mood improvement and overall mental health well-being. How could keto potentially help with anxiety? Well, anxiety is often exacerbated by unstable blood sugar levels. You're seeing a pattern here. When your blood sugar spikes and then crashes, thanks to that high carb meal, it can trigger symptoms of anxiety like nervousness, irritability, or even panic attacks. The steady, consistent energy provided by a low carb or ketogenic diet could help to keep those symptoms in check. Moreover, the ketogenic diet has been shown to increase levels of GABA, gamma-aminobutyric acid, a neurotransmitter that helps calm the brain. Low GABA levels are often found in people with anxiety disorders, so increasing GABA production through a ketogenic diet could help reduce the symptoms of anxiety. There was a small study, but still a study, on patients with epilepsy who found that on a ketogenic diet they had lower levels of anxiety and improved mood compared to those on a standard diet. Of course, we know that keto can be very useful for epilepsy, and whilst this study was primarily focused on seizures, it did show benefits in mental health, which of course was very welcome. What about improved cognitive function on low carb and keto as well, though? It's not just mood disorders that could benefit from low carb and ketogenic diets. Cognitive function may benefit as well. Many people report experiencing better mental clarity, focus, and memory on a ketogenic diet. This is probably because ketones provide a cleaner, more efficient, more stable fuel source for the brain than glucose does. In fact, research suggests that the ketogenic diet can help improve cognitive performance, particularly in individuals with memory impairment or mild cognitive decline. A study on older adults with mild cognitive impairment showed that those who followed a ketogenic diet performed better on memory tasks than those on a standard high-carb diet. Even more promising, though, is the idea that keto could help in the possible prevention or slowing of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. I actually had a patient this week come to see me with Parkinson's disease wanting to do keto. Alzheimer's is often referred to as quote-unquote type 3 diabetes because it's so intrinsically linked with high sugar levels. So a ketogenic diet could help to potentially treat or at the very least slow the progression of these kinds of conditions. What is the real science behind all this though? Why does keto seem to work so well for mental health? We've already mentioned a number of factors. Number one is the stable blood sugar levels. High-carb diets cause blood sugar spikes and crashes, leading to mood swings, irritability, and anxiety. And by stabling that blood sugar level, keto prevents these energy dips and the emotional roller coaster that comes with them. Number two is reduced inflammation. Chronic inflammation we know is linked to both depression and cognitive decline, and ketones have anti-inflammatory properties, which help to calm down this inflammation and protect the brain. Number three is better energy for the brain. Ketones are a more efficient energy source for the brain than glucose, and this leads to improved mental clarity, focus, and overall cognitive function. Number four is the neuroprotective effect. Ketones not only can fuel the brain, but potentially protect it from damage. They promote the production of BDNF, as I've already said, which supports neuron health and growth and may reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases. Number five is increased GABA production. The ketogenic diet increases levels of this calming neurotransmitter, helping to reduce anxiety and promote a more stable, relaxed mental state. I want to give a little bit of a real-world example now. I've seen the benefits of low-carb and ketogenic diets myself personally, but also in my patients who struggle with mental health issues. One patient recently with lifelong anxiety told me how after just a few weeks on the ketogenic diet, she found a newfound sense of calm. Another patient who had battled depression for years saw his mood improve dramatically once he started following a low-carb diet. It's not just anecdotal though. There are countless stories like these and research to support it. Many people who adopt a ketogenic or low-carb diet report feeling mentally clearer, more emotionally stable, less anxious, and less depressed than they often have in years. And as I said, the science backs this up. There might be some issues though. Keto isn't for everyone. While many people experience improvements in mental health, some people can find the initial switch a little bit difficult. The so-called keto flu, which can occur as your body adjusts to burning fat instead of carbs, might temporarily exacerbate feelings of fatigue or irritability. This phase usually only lasts a few days to maybe a week or so, but it is something to be mindful of. Also, if you have a history of severe mental health disorders or on medication, of course, it is important to consult with a healthcare professional before making any drastic changes to your diet. Is the low-carb or ketogenic diet the ultimate solution for mental health? No. But it certainly has the potential to help reduce symptoms of anxiety, depression, cognitive decline, and even neurodegenerative conditions like Parkinson's or MS. It can give the brain the much needed fuel it needs to thrive. But as with all things, it's about finding what works for you, with your body, with your mind. If you're struggling with your mental health and you haven't yet explored how diet could impact your symptoms, low carb or keto might just be worth a try. It's not just about the food on your plate, it's about how that food can transform your mind. If you found this episode useful, guys, hit a like, hit a share. Thank you very much. Head over to themeatmedic.com and subscribe so you can get more resources to help you optimize your diet, your nutrition, your physical, and your mental health. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode.